I've been doing this long enough to know that the moment before something really powerful manifests, it rarely feels clean. Sometimes it feels like chaos, like restlessness, like nothing's happening, when in fact, everything is happening. This episode is your reminder that when you're in the middle of the shift, you don't need to push. You need to anchor in. Because people like you who know how to move through this moment, they build things that actually last. Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Sheila Botello. This is a minisode designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. I wanted to speak directly to you today, the version of you who's been quietly doing the work, refining, reflecting, and realigning. You're not the beginner, and you're no longer chasing, but you're still becoming. And that's why this message is going to land for you, because you might be in a season right now that feels a little undefined, like something's shifting under the surface, but it hasn't taken full form yet. I want to talk about the moment before it all comes together, before it manifests. This is a moment I know well, and one I've watched my most seasoned clients navigate again and again. It's not the beginning. It's not that afterglow feeling that you get. It's really the pause between what you've called in and when it lands. You know the space I'm talking about? Sometimes it feels really soft and sacred, like you're on the cusp. It's about to come. And other times, which almost seems like more often, it feels uncomfortable. Like you want to do something, but every part of you knows the most powerful move is just to wait, to listen, and to just stay aligned with the work you're doing. Right now, my family, my husband and I, also are moving through a time energetically and seasonally where what was seeded earlier this year is starting to ripen. And, you feel this deep inner knowing, this thing that you've been visioning is almost here. But it might be showing up differently than you imagine. And that is what's happening for me. It happens in new conversations, unexpected opportunities that come out of the blue, or seemingly so, quiet endings that make space for new beginnings. And this is the magic of living in sync with the seasons of your business and your body. Because one thing that I've noticed as I've been living more and more into my purpose, and of course our purpose shifts over time, is my artist's lens. The part of me that creates before she explains, who allows things to evolve in private before presenting them to the world. And what I've found is that this moment, this kind of like pre-manifestation space, is actually part of the creative process. It's where the most profound shifts happen if you let them, because we know success is not linear. It's not like we go to point A, then point B, we're at point C, and it's just, all comes together. Usually, as we start even taking our first step, we see other possibilities opening up. And this is so powerful when you are aware of it in real time, because we often can forget. And that's where the impatience can show up, when we have this plan and it's not going exactly to plan. But truly, like for instance, when I think about earlier this year, I found myself starting to question a lot of different things that I put out into my list of things that I wanted to do this year, like my goal sphere, if you will. And it seemed like some doors kept closing. And then as I kept moving forward, I saw new opportunities open up, like I said, out of the blue. And what was very interesting about this is I allowed myself to be really present in those moments, to really walk through what I was feeling, what I was thinking, all the ideas. My morning walks are usually the best place for me to do that. And that was when I started to see the picture, the full picture, start to emerge, at least this next season of the picture. And so I invite you to really think about where you're at, what you are really wanting to happen next in your life, in your business, in your relationships, and think about the day-to-day. what you're doing every single day, that consistency that we talk about that is so necessary for all of us to actually see the things we want to come to life, or at least some version of them. And I want you to look at that with more of a sacred feeling inside of yourself, that you are waking up every day and you're doing something that's moving you forward. Even if it doesn't feel like you're moving forward, you feel like you're going through the motions, just know that that very act of trust is getting you closer and closer to those things that are waiting for you on the other side of that consistency. So I want to offer this to you this week. Don't mistake stillness for stuckness. At this level of perhaps leadership in your life, your edge is not in doing more. It's in knowing when to pause and having the structure in your life and business that allows you to breathe in that pause. The most successful people that I have worked with have learned how to build businesses that honor this, where rest is truly productive and where being in rhythm with yourself actually is the strategy. It's very unique to you. So if you're feeling a little in between this week, that is not a flaw in your plan. It might actually be the exact proof that your next level is actually around the corner. So keep moving how you move. Keep listening. Keep choosing that version of success that feels good in your body, because that's where the long game lives. And if you want more support in building a business that supports your real life, not just the highlight reel, check out my programs, my offerings in the show notes. I work with founders to deal with high impact, low burnout growth through your actual lived experience. And if you want to stay in the loop for everything new I'm creating, including a private episodes, behind the scenes, live calls, all the things, make sure that you're on my list. And you can actually take a look in the show notes to do that as well. So I'm sending you all of the blessings, and I will see you on the next episode.